Hi, everyone, and welcome in another episode of Higher Elevation Podcast. And I'm so excited that you're back. I am sitting in awe. I saw the other episodes and the views that are beginning to pick up on them, and I'm just so excited, astounded, and blessed that you would even choose to listen. And some of you have commented. I really appreciate each and every one of you and your support. God bless. And if you haven't already, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. You will make my day. Matter of fact, you may make my week or even my month. So thank you in advance and God bless you always. So let's get into it. Today I'm talking about betrayal trauma. It is a hot topic going on where a lot of individuals are talking about how people betrayed them, how they no longer trust anyone, how, they stated themselves, how they don't want friends, and just a lot because they've been betrayed. And we know betrayal is when someone breaks your trust. There are deeper meanings of betrayal, but the basis is someone breaking our trust, someone that we may have told some of the deepest, darkest secrets we have, and they take it and they use it against us, or they take it and they tell people when it was only supposed to be them that had it. It could be a betrayal of a loved one who you thought was going to have your back and then they turn against you. It could be a betrayal of a husband or wife committing infidelity in the marriage. Betrayal is deep. It's a deep-rooted issue, and it can cause trauma because now that person or persons have betrayed your trust, it's hard for you to see the next person coming along and not have those residual feelings that rise up when you see them enter your life. You're going to be on guard because of that traumatic experience. And maybe it's been multiple betrayals that have happened in your life. So you have a wall as high as the Jericho walls up in your life because guess what? Someone has hurt you in your past, or maybe even currently as I'm speaking, you're going through this betrayal or hurt. It is a very difficult place to be, and it's a difficult issue to navigate because the hurt when you have put your trust in somebody and they just turn around and you're like, who is this person? I never expected them to do this to me. I personally have walked through situations where I have been betrayed, and it just took me like off guard because we don't expect it. You don't expect someone to betray you. You don't expect someone who you've invested in and maybe prayed for and just had their best interests at heart, bail them out if they needed help, to then turn around and hurt you deeply. It is a hard pain. It is a hurtful pain. But I do have news for you. There is help and there is hope despite the betrayal. King David, he was betrayed, right? We know he was betrayed by his son. We know he was betrayed by Saul. King David went through a lot, and many of the Psalms, you can hear the woes and the sorrow and the sadness in his experiences and what he went through. We also have Joseph. Joseph is such a common Bible character. I think even as a child, I knew the story, the coat of many colors, because, Joseph just is a main character, right? But Joseph went through some heavy betrayal. Like, you were thrown into a pit. Your brothers lied. They took your coat. They ripped. They said an animal killed you. They showed your father's heart was broken. You were gone. You were sent away. They never saw you. You had to go and beaten as a slave. Then you were thrown into a prison. Then when you did interpret the dreams for someone, they forgot about you and they lived their life. It's just betrayal after betrayal and hurt after hurt. You would think that Joseph would just be sitting there like hating everybody and hating life, right? But no, Joseph, in his time of sorrow and woe and everything that he did, we see he didn't give up on life. He didn't just say, you know what, I'm done. Joseph ended up being elevated when it was time. However, he had to go through the process. It's the same thing. And we know Joseph had a good story, a good ending. But it's the same thing. It wasn't an immediate turnaround after he was betrayed. It was years and years until Joseph was elevated, till Joseph saw good things come out of all of the ugly that he experienced in his life. It's the same thing. You may be going through a situation where you feel heavily betrayed, sad, broken, anxious, worrying, filled with pain. And you're wondering like, well, when is it going to happen? When am I going to feel good again? How can I trust anybody? How can I forgive? Is everybody around me going to hurt me? And all I have to say to you is this: trust yourself first. Forgive yourself first. Breathe, right? Stop a moment, take a deep breath with me and release, right? Take a little time to take that burden, that load off of your shoulders and your back. You've been holding on to this for a long time. It's not your fault what you went through. It happened to you. Now, let's pick up the pieces together. First, learn to take time to really evaluate the hearts around you before you give out information so freely. This time, take your time and see that person. God says, out of the mouth speaks the abundance of the heart. Take your time and see what their heart posture is like. Take your time to see how they treat others and how versus, how they may treat you. Take your time to see what that person does when they're given information about other people. How do they take that information? Are they protective of it? Are they loose with it? Like they tell you the other person's information because that's possibly what they're going to do to your information. Take your time in this season. Get to know people before you allow them to have access to you and your life and your deepest secrets, right? Hold that dear this time. Take time to heal. And healing is different for everybody. Healing is a process. There's no easy route to healing, but take time to heal. And lastly, forgive yourself. There's sometimes when things happen like this, we blame ourselves. Oh, I should have known better if I had done this. No. If we all would have known better, then we would be perfect people. And there's no perfect person except Jesus. But on earth right now, there is not one perfect person. So take your time to forgive yourself. Give yourself grace. And when you're ready, forgive that other person or persons in your life. Because when we are holding on to unforgiveness, we're not hurting that other person. They've already long gone and moved on. We are hurting ourselves. And even it even can sometimes come out through our physical health, through sickness, through heart attack, through stress. That can come out on the body. So forgive that person and forgive yourself. Forgiveness is a process. You may say, I forgive them, and then the next day you just want to take a bat to them, right? Don't do that. But you may want to, right? Or you may want to do something, or you may want to curse them, or whatever it is that may come up. But I'm saying forgiveness is a process. Allow God to heal that heart. Allow God to heal the pain that you have. Allow God to show you the best way to forgive that person or persons and heal. So betrayal trauma, it is a difficult journey and a difficult process. But there is hope in the fact that there's coping skills that you can use, in the fact that you can learn how to navigate the trust process, learn who has access to you in your life. And there's also hope in the fact that God can guide you, God can heal you, and God can help you to learn to forgive in this cycle, in this process. All right. So thank you for tuning in to another episode of Higher Elevation Podcast. I hope you have learned at least a few things that you can do in regards to betrayal trauma. And I look forward to seeing you on the next podcast. God bless.